Yet another extremely proud, emotionally uplifting milestone for Land Rover Australia. They're going to be unveiling the brand new Land Rover Defender 110 plug-in hybrid. And when I say brand new, obviously I mean only 3 years and 3 months after Top Gear first reviewed it overseas. But let that not dampen your enthusiasm for hearing about one of the world's finest and most irrelevant plug-in hybrid dung boxes imaginable. From a company with such a pedigree for catching fire, especially recently. This might be literally the most unstoppable Defender ever. The 3-year-old new Defender hybrid is only $20,000 more than the ICE-only version, but with its 105 kilowatt electric motor and fast charger-friendly 19.2 kilowatt hour prismatic cell lithium-ion battery. Imagine the sheer scale of infrastructure that this iconic vehicle might ultimately conquer. I'm John Cadogan from AutoExpert.com.au, new cars cheap, Australia only, website, card. Land Rover is laying some pretty serious foundations with this one. We'll have a proper sniff at that in just a sec, but I'm tipping you will recognise the somewhat distinctive smell. Today's report is brought to you by Manscaped.com, the global men's grooming powerhouse, trusted by over 9 million men worldwide for their awesome trimmers, their hygiene products, and their premium boxers. Today, Manscaped is changing up your grooming game with the Handyman Compact Face Shaver. Ultimately, I'm all about the tools, dude, and the right tools just make doing the job easier. And if your job today is grooming, then the Handyman makes your routine easier and more effective. The Handyman delivers a quick, close shave with a unique dual blade system. It features a standard foil shaver as well as a long hair leveler blade that knocks down up to 3 days worth of growth. It might just be time to kiss stubble goodbye and start presenting the world a smoother, more polished version of you. The Handyman features skin-safe technology designed to reduce nicks and cuts. It's also waterproof, so cleanup is quick and easy. And it's sleek too. It fits in your hand perfectly and it's easy to manoeuvre into the trickiest spots. It does the work without taking up too much space if you're on the go. The Handyman is a great travel companion and it's powerful. The Handyman will slash up to a 3-day growth effortlessly. You get up to 60 minutes runtime on a single charge. That means multiple shaves without running out of power. If the battery level indicator blinks, it's just time to recharge by USB. Simple. Go to manscaped.com/autoexpert today and you'll get 20% off plus free international shipping and 2 free gifts when you use the promo code AEJC at checkout. That's 20% off plus free international shipping and 2 free gifts with promo code AEJC at manscaped.com/autoexpert. Upgrade your grooming routine now with the Handyman. Your face will thank you, as will the world you present it to. Just 3 years late for Australia, and thanks to the Luton Airport car park fire in the United Kingdom recently, this comes at a time when community awareness of Land Rover's awesome hybrid vehicle engineering has never really been higher. So I can't think of a better time for them to deploy this vehicle here in the cultural wasteland. I think we should investigate this week's Besprotwa, the bullshit press release of the week. Each member of the Defender family is purposefully designed, highly desirable, and seriously durable. Yeah, it is, dude, which is exactly why TFL Studios in the United States got not one, but 2 dead set lemon Defenders in a row. And then we're talking about their own money here. These weren't press loan cars. They actually put cash on the table and bought one and had it replaced and then had the replacement replaced. Both of those shitboxes needed to be replaced owing to recidivist in-trouser defecation issues. I think we could categorise them that way, broadly. These were the kinds of issues which not even Scotty from Star Trek could fix, frankly. So 3 Defenders in total were needed just to be able to produce a single off-road review. And that was the simpler ICE-only Defender. Complexity, like Land Rover itself, is the enemy of reliability. And when they occur together, these things, it is inevitably something of a double whammy. I'd go so far as to say, with this one, you're almost certain to get the legendary Land Rover reliability. Plus, this one's got Luton mode inbuilt. Probably. The Defender 110 plug-in electric hybrid will be officially unveiled at the world's most iconic futurist conference and festival, Sexus W Sydney, on Thursday, 19 October 2023. Dude, I know it's South by Southwest. I just prefer Sexus W. It just rolls off the tongue, literally and metaphorically. Knock yourself out in the comments if you must. I promise not to care. Sexus W Sydney, not to be missed, dude. Of all the iconic futurist conferences and festivals in the world, Sexus W is the best. I'll see you there for women's rights activist Manal Al-Sharif, plus, of course, rapper and humanitarian Chance the Rapper. Honey got a booty like pow, 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 dude. Plus Batavia Collective. I do like an eclectic Batavian jingle occasionally. I think we all do. And, of course, there's 13-year-old First Nations rapper Inkaby. His or her work is outstanding. I've got all of his or her LP records and 8 tracks. Defender House is making its Australian debut alongside Sexus W Sydney, bringing together inspired thinkers, creators and innovators from across the world for a series of conferences, festivals and parties. Plus, Qantas is gonna be there. Nice choice, organisers. I did not know there was a politically protected Crooked Corporate Cock of the Year exhibit. What a glacé cherry for Sexus W Sydney. Perhaps they'll do a live cross to Albo's Kid from the Chairman's Lounge. That'd be rather a good look, don't you think? It's quite important to paint a picture of the kind of event in which we're unveiling the 3-year-old brand new Defender Luton plug-in hybrid. ARIA award-winning singer-songwriter and rapper TK Maidza will be exclusively performing at Defender House, bringing the world of music and design together. Perfect. Because when I think traditional Defender target market, I get a picture in my mind's eye, and that picture is TK. Personally, I can't decide what I like more about her, the distinctive boots, the hair, or the chrome onesie. I want that onesie, dude. We all do. There's no shame, of course. I want the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court to bust a move at Sexus W Sydney wearing that chrome onesie. What a stimulating upgrade from the traditional black dress, G-string and wig. Music for me has always been about finding new inspiration, upcoming artists that inspire me. Embracing the impossible is what binds Defender and music, breaking new ground and embracing all kinds of adventures. Penny Ferguson there, boss of JLR Shitsville, former bean counter from Tiffany. Not my Tiffany, dude, the world's Tiffany. Try to keep up. With the cufflinks in the little green boxes with, very little risk of disease. That Tiffany. Isn't it interesting how some people manage so easily to make statements all about their feelings? I suspect nobody gives a shit about anyone else's feelings regarding music or anything else. At least, that's how it rolls on my world. Award-winning American hip-hop artists New Breed, that's NU Breed, if you're interested in looking them up, sadly not attending Sexus W Sydney, but in my estimation, they summed this concept, i.e. not caring, even a little bit, they summed it up the best with their delightfully uplifting tune, White Boy, when they sung, quote, "Everybody knows, don't go down my drive. I'm a shit-kicking, critter-getting, country outlaw They don't give a fuck. Don't like that? Fuck y'all. I do actually sing that. It's an innovative, exquisite exercise in social commentary, frankly, and quite the foot tapper. It really resonates with me somehow. When I am your Prime Minister, I will institute an urgent referendum to change the national anthem to this exact song. Like, we might have to change it from white boy to person of all genders and colours for the sake of inclusiveness or something, but surely we can do that without changing the frickin' context. Like, we'll hire a writer. Daryl Braithwaite and Kiss will sing this song at the footy within our lifetime. And learning from strategic errors in past referenda, especially recently, my referendum will be different. It will have only one box marked yes. And you, my loyal subject, your only job will be to tick it. Simples. This way, the process is still, notionally democratic. Like, you voted, dude, you had your say, you voted yes. I bow, therefore, to the democratic will of the people as ever. But there's less time-wasting drama, and you don't have to think as hard. Successful referenda are all about getting the little details such as this bang on. With this one at the weekend, we could have had 2 boxes, for example, no and God no, and you could have picked one without all the controversy and all of the endless arguing in social media and on television. Where were we now? Yes, embracing the impossible is what binds Defender and music. Real people don't talk this way, surely. Embracing the impossible is a piece of epic metaphysical bullshit. The actual defining characteristic about the impossible is it's not possible. Anything you can do, that's not impossible. Like, dude, embrace that. Embrace shit you can't do now, but which you might do later, subject to applying yourself really hard. Do that. But embracing the impossible is nothing more than the ultimate metaphysical idiot detector. Personal opinion. Also, there doesn't seem to be anything in Ms. Ferguson's quoted statement about the fucking vehicle. Surely that's an oversight, because why are we actually at Sexist W Sydney? Why are we doing that again? This Sexist W event would seem likely to have an above-average density of wealthy serial virtue masturbators attending, would it not? Seems more like a Range Rover thing to me, therefore. Anyway, these are almost certainly the kinds of people who think spending $150,000 on a Slovakian-made 4x4 wanking chariot that weighs 2.5 tons, which is 1/4 of a friggin' ton heavier than the ICE-only equivalent shitbox, these people think this is somehow environmentally virtuous because hybrid. They're just blind to the preposterous waste of resources. That's specifically 1/4 of a ton more precious resources with, 3 or maybe 4 lutons of extra destructive potential built right in. And dude, it's only $20,000 more. That's only 80 grand a ton, or $5,000 per luton. What a bargain. Ms. Ferguson could have mentioned some of that instead of how she feels about music, for the sake of relevance. She could have mentioned just how sensible and environmentally virtuous it really is to make a wallowy 2.5-ton 4x4 masturbation chariot from Slovakia go from 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds. Because it certainly seems like the height of responsible conduct to me, and think you'd agree. Imagine being there, at the start of the Canning stock route in your Slovakian plug-in, proud as punch. You've lubed up. It's time to get pumping, dude. You can drive the first 40 Ks silently in EV mode. Imagine that. Except for new breeds, Braithwaite, Kiss, multicoloured pan, gender person, national anthem, pumping up the fat outback beats. Yes. And then the battery runs dry, of course. So the 250 kegs of electric powertrain becomes excess baggage, and you've only got 1,810 Ks to go. One could write a fairly compelling song about all of that without too much difficulty, I'm sure. Perhaps TK will write a catchy little defining ditty for Defender. I don't know, Luton City Limits kind of thing. The lyrics for such a tune would doubtless write themselves, but if you need to be pointed in the right direction, I suggest we start with "It took a dump in a burning ring of fire. The reinforced concrete airport parking garage with no sprinkler system went down, 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 and the flames just got higher. And it burns, 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 that battery fire. That battery fire." This is a starting point, perhaps. It's more of a concept, really. The unstoppable Defender 110 P400E plug-in electric hybrids offer the ultimate zero-emissions off-road capability with its ability to tap into its incredible power and control on any terrain when operating in electric-only mode. Give me one, dude. I'll stop it. I double dead dingo's donger. Dare ya. Shouldn't take too long. We just need a big bucket of cold, really salty water and a crane or a forklift and an asbestos jumpsuit. We only need the jumpsuit so the chrome onesie doesn't get annealed. There are 2 points on that last statement that really demand some commentary, however. Number one, it's only got 105 kilowatts when it operates in electric-only mode, and I would argue that that is only incredible if your last real off-roader was a camel. 2, zero emissions is such a lie. The ACCC's new anti-greenwashing guidelines specifically refer to that expression as an example of misleading and deceptive fake virtue bullshitting conduct. So, well done there. Speaking of untruths, Land Rover Shitsville says in its press release that the Defender plug-in is capable of 0 to 100 k's an hour in just 5.6 seconds, whilst achieving class-leading fuel efficiency of 3.4 litres per 100 k's and CO2 emissions of 78 grams per k. And that, I would argue, is flat out horseshit. Absolutely untrue. The word whilst means at the same time as. This is how language works, is it not? Words have an agreed set of meanings. If we don't start there, then the whole thing falls apart. You cannot drive that pyromaniac's dream 4x4 from 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds at the same time as achieving that ridiculous claimed efficiency. Like, it's not possible. You can drive from 0 to 100 in that time, sure. You can also run a laboratory standard fuel consumption test and achieve those numbers. I have no reason to believe that either of those things is not independently achievable. But you can't do both at the same time, which is what they just said you could do. So, FFS, dude, like, if you tell people via an official press release that they can achieve both of these things at the same time, which is what you just did in that official statement to the public via the press, this is a breach of the legislated consumer guarantee that products must be fit for purpose. The ACCC says that if a business advertises, quote, in any way that a product can be used for a particular purpose, for example, I don't know, going from 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds while at the same time achieving some ridiculous fuel efficiency, then the product, quote, according to the ACCC, must be fit for the particular purpose stated. Oops-a-daisy. Despite these teething problems, however, which can doubtless be fixed, I would love to attend this 3 years late brand new vehicle launch at Sexus W Sydney. What do you suppose such an event might actually be like? Guests will experience the Defender electric hybrid and explore its integrated connectivity with product experts, as well as partake in bespoke sensory experiences. Help me out with this, because I'm really struggling here. Are there any experiences in which one can partake that exist outside the sensory domain? Like, most of the experience I have involves the senses in some way. Maybe that's just me. too much time in the hot tub with the cheerleaders' mommies, perhaps. Dodging projectiles from ex-wives 2 through 5. That does tend to concentrate the senses. Are there actually any non-sensory experiences? If so, how would you fucking well experience them? Defender have partnered with Nell founder and chef Nellie Robinson, offering a sustainably focused menu set to take guests on a culinary odyssey. Who doesn't want to go on a sustainable culinary odyssey? I'm seeing cockroaches wrapped in vegan prosciutto made from recovered ocean plastic, stuffed with pickled toe jam and wattle seed-fed, cobalt-infused possum poo. That's pretty fucking sustainable. And as culinary odysseys go, I'd suggest it is integrated and also on message. You go, dude. Tell me all about it later. I'll make do here with a burger and fries down the pub. I'll just suffer through this in silence and, hey, it's just a little something I can do for you. Realistically, though, you're not good enough to attend this event, and neither the fuck am I. We just don't have what it takes, you and me. I.e., the ability to suspend rational thought and just embrace bullshit. Having given this quite some thought now, I really doubt that we would fit in. Like the best music, Land Rover represents losing yourself in the experience and taking the road less travelled. Finally, at the end of what has been for me quite the challenging press release, I find myself sitting here at last in a state of consolidated agreement, quietly nodding. Because owning a Defender is ultimately all about losing yourself, losing your ability to move randomly, losing your sanity, losing your bank balance, losing your shit with the service department, losing your soul, like physically having it sucked out, leaving you a withered husk, devoid of the will to live. Maybe even losing your anonymity and earning widespread community opprobrium internationally, perhaps after sparking up another blaze that gets on the news everywhere on the planet. Perhaps after conquering an iconic piece of architecture with your unstoppable, brand new 3-year-old Slovakian-built virtue signalling tank. You could aim big with this one, dude, just saying. Embrace the impossible. The Opera House and the Shitsville Harbour Bridge do still exist. Like, for the time being. The only remedy that I can see to a proper, deep Defender soul suck and the attendant comprehensive loss of self would be to play TK's Defender anthem backwards over and over. About 1,000 times. Only then would you get your motive power back, your mind back, your soul back, your money back, and your good social standing back. And if you wanted another benefit, if you do this, ultimately you would never have eaten sustainable cockroaches wrapped in plastic and stuffed with poop.